Hello, and welcome to another hypnosis session. In this session, we are going to explore ways in which you can attract wealth into your life. Whether it is desire to have a certain amount of money or to have a sufficient income that you feel comfortable with, or if it's an arbitrary number that you picked that defines what wealth is for you, then this session is one that you can follow and will help you to master the skills that are necessary for achieving wealth and attracting wealth. And it all begins by noticing that wealth is a degree in which we operate. For some, wealth is not defined by monetary terms, but by achievements or by the very fact that they have a certain type of relationship with their environment. But wealth, whatever term you may put, especially on the financial terms, is one that requires planning, imagination, and a desire to pursue the ways in which to create it. Creation of wealth stems from the very idea that you have the resources that will help you to attract more of something, whether it's money or acquisition of assets. They may be houses, buildings, or equipment, or a number of things. And for this, we must begin by concentrating and turning our attention inwards to move any blockages or hindrances that may exist, that may be sabotaging your efforts to become wealthy. If in your past you have had difficulty holding on to money or keeping the income from disappearing by the end of the month, then you are one of those who has found life to be a struggle in terms of gaining wealth. Yet for some, gaining wealth is one of the easiest part, and that comes from the very fact that they carry certain beliefs, certain habits that form the basis of their success in attaining and achieving wealth. So for this, we will begin by exploring our inner depths, our ideas, and for that we might have to begin from the very simple fact that it all begins with inspiration to create. And that begins by breathing in that what is called inspiration. And in a literal sense, it is the beginning of all things. You breathe life in to yourself to bring the creative sources. And that we will begin by taking a position in which we can relax. It could be in a reclining or lying position. It could be in a position where your back is straight and your legs are neatly folded beneath your body. Or it could be a position where you are comfortably relaxed. Please do this only when you are in a calm state and in a place where you will not be disturbed. Never when you are operating a vehicle or a machinery. You are going to be going into a state of altered reality, an altered experience where you are able to hear everything that I say and know what is being said very clearly, and are going to be able to see and feel everything in a more deep fashion, in a deep state of understanding where you are both listening, both consciously and unconsciously. Your unconscious mind will lead the way and help you to get into a deeper state of relaxation. Deeper state of relaxation begins very simply by noticing and bringing your awareness to your breath. And let us begin by taking a deep breath in on a count of 4, holding that breath for a count of 2, and gently releasing on a count of 4. And that should take enough time so that you realize that you're also calming your breath. And you can begin that cycle again and again with each breath you take and with each breath you hold. And as you release, it's like the tides that lap on the ocean and ebb away in back. So with each advancement, your breath is washing away all the tension, all the frustration, all the anger, and all the things that have held you back, so that you can begin to relax all the parts of your body, including your jaw, your forehead, your cheeks, and the places around your eyes where your eyes will feel nice and heavy and closed, tight shut, like dead balls on a door. And when they are tight shut, you can see they are going to be very heavy. So heavy, like lifting thousands and thousands of pounds that is impossible to lift. So that your eyelids become so heavy and so tightly shut that you may find yourself struggling and trying and not being able to open your eyes because they have been shut by the very nature of your unconscious processes that says that when you are turning your attention inwards, it is best to keep your attention focused on your breath. And as you focus on your breath, your body will automatically release hormones that are going to calm you. They are endorphins, and these are things that help your body to enter into a state of altered reality, altered way of understanding what is being said. So your mind can listen to what I am saying, hear it in a certain way and interpret it in another way, and bring out more definitions than one. And that is totally normal, because what you hear and what you feel may be in line, yet your mind will see that your interpretations can drive your attention to certain things, like the feelings that you have on the bottoms of your feet, or the sensations in your palms, or the feelings that you may have behind your ears, where the relaxation may just spread gently around your arms and your legs all the way down to your feet and toes. And from there you can feel that the sensation can relax each muscle fiber, each part of your body gently. And when that relaxation spreads, you can also feel that your breath has slowed down to a more calm state, which also makes your body follow. Your heartbeat will be slower, and your breath is very calm and gentle, like a baby's breath. And then your mind, as it calms down, will have different waves. There are waves called alpha waves that we feel and experience when we're in a deep state of relaxation. And those waves are very conducive in helping us to see and find opportunities where we have resources to make things happen. Resources that will allow you to find and seek those things that will bring you the wealth that you so desire. It may be something that you have been longing. It may be finding the right job or creating the right business for yourself. or finding that very thing that you've been seeking, that great opportunity. Could be simply as finding a house that you could put investment and then fix it up and resell it, bringing you wealth. Or it could be a simple idea that you have just come up with that will allow you to find ways to make yourself a wealthy man. Let me tell you a story of a man who was a physician for many years. For 25 years he worked, and he always wanted to be someone who's wealthy, and he did not know how. Yet he knew that he had this great passion. So one day he thought about how come this is so? How come that he is still a physician yet doesn't own huge amounts of wealth? So one day he went out and he wanted to photograph these animals in nature. He wanted to rent a lens that was 500 millimeters so that he could capture elements that are very far and see the birds in flight and capture nature in all its glory. So he could not find one to rent, except if it was in major cities like New York or Los Angeles. So he said, well, then I must buy one. And he did. And it was a very expensive lens. So one day he was thinking to himself, now I have this lens that I'm not going to use for 1 year. What am I to do? Am I to sell it? And perhaps I can rent it. So the idea came to his head that he can start a business renting lenses. Soon he realized that his renting business was far more successful than of his practice as a physician. So he took a second mortgage on his house. He borrowed money from his wife and family. And then he maxed out his credit cards. At one point, he had over $80,000 in debt. And he knew that he was not going to be able to pay this unless he was going to be able to rent the lenses as he had predicted. And that very month, he was able to pay all of his credit cards from the rental. And then his business grew, where he is now able to employ over 40 people, and that he is able to sell lenses for rental across the United States. This is a simple idea, and like this you have many talents, many ways of seeing opportunities all around you. It could be simple things that are born from the very idea that people need things. That's how the Post-it notes were born. Nobody thought that there would be a need for such things as a sticky note. Yet this man who was interested in it created it, and now Post-it is part of our everyday life, used across the world in offices on a daily basis. And now, if you are to think about it, it's all a simple idea that comes from imagination, being able to see what people actually need. And if you are able to open your eyes and see the world as a big, grand opportunity machine, then you are able to look at things in a new way. In a new way, you are able to see how wealth can come to you easily in a way that lets you practice your ability to create. In creating, you'll find joy, like a spider doing his web, letting it all building one step at a time. Where opportunity resides in finding that what you love to do, what you're passionate about, is not a work, but a pleasure. A pleasure in exploring the very idea that you are a creative genius, that you are a creative machine, that you are a great being who can see, who can create, who can dream. And everything stems from a dream. Dream to desire to create something. That creation is the very source for you, anyone who wants to find joy in life. That joy in life is very much attuned to the idea that wealth is an idea that you can create by very simply finding ways in which to manifest wealth. That can be very simple. Noticing the opportunities. It could be someone you meet on your lunch break. It could be something that you do while you're shopping. Or it could be something that you just dream about when you fall asleep. It could come to you in the very moment when you're brushing your teeth, or tying your shoes, or driving when other people are so busy concentrating on the road that you yourself, with your own creative processes running at full speed, have this moment where you realize, that's what I want to do. And that is how it all begins. Attraction of wealth happens. And then thinking about it on a constant basis will give you all the resources you need to create the very foundation for wealth building. So you may say, how can I take this idea and make it a success? How can I build upon this idea and create income for everyone around me and myself? How you can involve others to help you in your goal to achieve. Because when you are beginning and embarking on a journey, you will need support. People who believe in your idea, or people who will stand by your side when you are going through tough and difficult days. Because everything has its own challenges, its own difficulties. And those difficulties is what makes this journey a pleasant one. Knowing that if you struggle, you are going to be able to get to a place where you succeed, and the pleasure of success becomes almost an addiction. Knowing that you are succeeding, you feel this immense joy of achievement. And achievement is the first step into building a solid foundation for motivation. Knowing that you have achieved your goals today and tomorrow, and a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, in building that career, in that goal that you seek. And then looking at things in a different light, seeing that you can create all this by simply imagining it, by letting things run in your head from beginning to end, where you can see yourself getting wealthier and wealthier, attracting more and more wealth. And the things that happen beside those things that the wealth brings, maybe it will be something that you wanted to own for a long time. It could be a car that you have dreamt of for years, or it could be a new home, or in someone that you desired for a long time. And having all those things is only a confirmation of the success you have achieved. Achieving success is very much like achieving wealth. Wealth is a confirmation of your achievements, Yeah, it means you have gathered certain things together and called it something of a success. Success is very much like going into the water on a warm summer day. You'll fully immerse yourself in the idea that you are in control, that you have to do what you have to do to achieve that success, that goal. It is like letting the water float you and keep you on the surface while you let your arms and legs move in a constant motion, which you call swim. You swim across, you swim far and wide, and know that you are going to be forever safe on the other side, where wealth and success lies. Wealth and success are things that come through perseverance. Perseverance that happens because you believe in the idea that you deserve it. Because if you do not hold the belief that you deserve wealth, you will never be successful. That's why you have to have a firm belief that what you are working towards is something that you ultimately deserve and that you will achieve it, because that is the driving force behind everything that you do. And now, I'd like you to put your attention into your solar plex. And now, as you bring your attention to your solar plex, notice how your energy goes from there, from the very center of your being, and illuminates every part of your body. Because as you do breathe in, your body goes more and more into a state of relaxation. As your body relaxes, so does your mind, leading you down the path of hypnosis, where you are dreaming in a state of total wakefulness, where you hear everything that I say, and that your mind easily follows the instructions, and then realizes that this is the voice that helps you in your effort to become a wealthy person. And wealth comes to you easily. For that very reason, you need to realize that you need to listen to recordings. And recordings, this one, will guide you from the maze of daily life into one that you have achieved wealth. Because in your unconscious processes are all the tools that you need for success. Success is a human being. Success is someone who has garnished the powers of financial independence that sometimes we equate as being wealthy. And it could be simple things like having and owning certain possessions, or having the love of someone that is so fulfilling in your life. And when you have those things, you can be grateful. Gratefulness comes from the knowledge that you have put the effort in, and the life has rewarded you with the success that you so long desired. And that wealth is wealth that will always be changing, because nothing is permanent. And the changes could be in either direction. They could be increasing more or reducing. But things, as they change, you adapt. Adaptation is a natural process, so that you may feel that you may pursue your ambitions for greater wealth, or you might be just satisfied and seek other things that will bring you joy and fulfillment. And if you are constantly happy in what you are doing, then you can say to yourself, I am satisfied and I'm grateful. And for this, I return the favor by helping someone else become wealthy and successful. And for that, you may be able to offer these recordings. And with that, I leave you to ponder on the great mysteries of wealth and success. And if you choose to have more sessions, you can come and visit our channel, where you'll find many recordings that are free of charge, so that you can benefit immensely. And should you feel the urge and the need to have a private consultation, we offer that as well. You yourself will know when to do what to do. And in that, I say now, bring your attention to your third eye, which is located between your eyebrows on the top of your forehead. And then let your forehead feel the pulsations, the energy, and look into the future and imagine yourself being wealthy, owning the things, dressing in a certain way, walking in a certain way, talking in a certain way, and feeling the sensation. You say to yourself, this is what I will have. This is something I deserve. This is what I will have and be rewarded with in life. And with that, I will thank you now, and let your sensations of deep hypnotic reactions to continue till such time you are ready to wake up, or may decide to just continue in this comfortable state for as long as your mind feels and deems necessary. For those who need to return back to life and to all the things around, and to find that they need to attend to certain things, I will count backwards from 10 to 1. And at 1, you will be able to open your eyes and feel wonderful, wakeful, and happy. And should you choose to say, in this relaxed state, you can only interpret it as its direction to go deeper. As you go down deeper from 10 to 1, you can continue your processes. Whichever path you choose, you'll both be equally right. So we begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's right. I thank you for listening, and I'll see you in our next session.